Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sid Jones. You're tuned into RoX-TV. Keep tuned because on July 14th, we got Summer Rap Jam coming up, and it's only going to get bigger and better next year. I guarantee it. Next year, it's going to be a festival, a full-blown festival next year. We've got Lethal Weekend coming up, and I need you guys to stay tuned into RoX-TV because when you tune into my channel, you're supporting RoX-TV. When you support RoX-TV, you're supporting my channel, and your support is much appreciated.
RoX-TV.
Thank you for you guys for having me. RoX-TV, we got Bob Rox here. We got the homie right here, KASPER with a K. I'm Sid Jones, and you guys should be checking out the Situation Room Rep That Wicked. We got another Rep That Wicked coming up later this week. Situation Room is up next. I'm excited, guys. It's gonna be the summer to remember. We've been throwing around that hashtag from YouTube all the way to Instagram to Twitter to Facebook, any social media. Summer to remember. So many events coming up, guys. It is a summer to remember. From Summer Rap Jam all the way to Lethal Weekend up in New Hampshire. It's gonna be coast to coast madness all summer long. Festivals are popping off. We've got artists that are doing their thing and they're finally getting the recognition they deserve, which is a beautiful time to be a fan of hip hop, to be a fan of the underground. Now is the time that people are really starting to pay attention. We're starting to see Bizarre and King Gordy, the last American rock stars, kicking things off. They're finally doing a tour this summer that we've been waiting on. Jimmy Don and the Sick Fucks are killing it right now. It's absolutely insane. What we're witnessing, it's a great time to be alive. So we got Lethal Weekend coming up. We got Lex the Hexmaster, we got Apathy, Block McCloud, we got the homie Tourette, we got Fury, Last American Rock Stars, and so many more. We got the homie Travesty. He's been killing it too. These guys also were doing things for the opening and doing the shows and the sets for the Last American Rock Stars release party in Detroit at the Shelter, which I thought was amazing. It was a great experience. And to seeing these guys in my home state of New Hampshire, I got the opportunity to host that with two others. We got Andy and we got Chuck Reeves. So Andy Sherman, Chuck Reeves, Sid Jones, we're all hosting. So 3 hosts, we got 40 plus acts. It's gonna be absolutely insane. I'm blessed to be a part of this scene, especially now. And Lethal Weekend, it's gonna be at Cloud 9. And we got 2-day passes going on right now. So you got the weekend pass, you're gonna get it for 30 bucks. That's available now for the next 2 days. And then you've got 10 bucks off per day. So it's 15 bucks a day, or you get 30 for the weekend pass. So if you don't wanna see Last American Rock Stars, you wanna see Apathy, go see Apathy. But I implore you guys to enjoy the entire weekend. We got a free barbecue coming up and so much more in my home state of New Hampshire. It's gonna be good to see everybody there. Where I got my start, all the way to here, and this will officially make my mark going coast to coast this year. So Sid Jones going coast to coast in less than a year is absolutely insane. It kicked off, my first on the road with Sid Jones was the Path of Destruction tour, which the kickoff show was in Pontiac, Michigan, up at the Pike Room of the Crowfoot, which I thought was absolutely insane. It was a good show. It was K-Daver, Lex the Hexmaster, we had Scum and many others. And to me, that show with Axe Murder Boys being there, it was like, it solidified like the small group where there was no barricade, no security. We're seeing more of that. And when I saw that being secured, and I got to see that venue, I wanted to see more of it. So it started kind of with Twist Miss a little bit, which was a free show that Twisted does every year. And to see that at the Crowfoot and then to see the Pike Room, I wanted to see more venues, more openers, more artists doing what they were doing from not just Michigan, but from all over the United States. And at some point, all over the world. So it went from that, and then I booked for Rhode Island. And we were driving there, we were about like 20 minutes away from the airport, and the flight got canceled because of the weather. So that was like my first cancellation. So it was like, I got that experience of like having everything happen. You ever see that movie, The Rocker, where he was like, hey, this is our first groupie, this is our first. So it was kind of like that in the very beginning. It's like, I got my first cancellation, like, I'm excited. So we ended up having to make up for it tenfold by going to Sacramento, California for 420. So we definitely landed that. The flight was fine. It was a great experience being out there, seeing Irate. And then that's when I realized how much recognition I had gotten from just doing my On the Road with Sid Jones, just doing my segments for just that little bit of time. What I noticed was that people were asking not just about me, but of Ashley, my girlfriend, who's been featured on my show. There was people like, hey, you're Sid Jones, coming up, getting pictures taken with me. Like, I don't know these guys from Moses. And then prior to that was some of the Magic Ninja Entertainment, some of the Magic Ninjas tour with Dead Like Me, with Gorilla Voltage. It was Blazy Dead Homie, it was Twisted. We saw Buckshot there. So I walk up to Buckshot and I'm like, what brings you out here? He goes, I was just in the area. I'm like, you were just in the area? I don't believe you. And he goes, oh, we were just having a meeting, you know, we're just having a meeting, doing our thing. I was like, meeting about what? He goes, oh, I can't talk about it. I'm like, can I put that on the record? He goes, nothing we talk about is on the record. And I went, well, can I put that on the record, that everything you're telling me is off the record? And he went, so he laughed and we had a good talk because I got to review his album back in the day for Mars. It was my first one actually, it was Helter Skelter. And I found out that day he still has that review. So I was excited, and so I ended up bringing that news. And then we got the announcement of the Underground Avengers, which I thought was dope. And I was like, that's what the conversation was. To seeing that being on the road, that was just in Lansing, Michigan. That was April 2nd, I do believe. And that was like, again, like a first for me. I got like my first like off the record interview. I've had on the record interviews. And then 420, which was absolutely insane. That's when I started really getting recognition. I mean, I was signing Last American Rockstar's self-titled album CDs. I'm not on that, but the people were associating me with that. It was humbling. And Irate, he's, again, that artist that I have love for. He's putting out more work, and he was getting pictures taken, and people recognized him from my channel, from me talking about him and his singles. So it was interesting to see that, and to be there for that, and to be at all these different venues, seeing all these different openers. Like some of the openers in Lansing, it was kind of like, it's all right. Then you see like different hosts and just people doing their thing, and the growth of it. It's beyond like where you're standing. It's beyond everything that you were witnessing. There's more to that. I mean, if it's kicking off here in the United States and there's people that are excited to wanting to see a tour in Europe, it's absolutely crucial. And I think that it's a beautiful thing that everybody is doing and being a part of that. And I want to witness that from everywhere that I possibly can. So after 420, I was booked for another show, which is going to be Summer Rap Jam. So it was actually 420 that was kind of like one of my last shows that I had done. But everything else in between, it's been video shoots for Grimey, which was a great video shoot. Bizarre, King Gordy holding it down for me, being in the place where D12 had started. Like, it's not just shows where I've been on the road. It's been all these other places and witnessing all these cool things and talking to all these really interesting people and hearing some of the things that they talk about, like off camera, off the record. Like, it's a beautiful thing to be a part of something like that. So it went from just shows to like, hey, let's do a music video shoot. You know, there was the lit video shoot, which was a blast. And that's when I learned just how hard making a music video was. And from Grimey, I also learned like there's certain things that are great shots, but if it doesn't fit with the tone, it's got to get chopped and cut out. And so you learn a little bit about the editing. Then, of course, there was the short film that's coming out with Sick Fucks, the How to Gag a Maggot short film. It's going to feature 2 songs blended together. And Callie Breeze did the hook for the second song that you guys are going to be seeing, and that was just insane to me to see that, and to be part of like coming up with ideas and doing all these things. We're in an abandoned building, like in an abandoned building doing this, like just doing the scouting and everything else. You learn so much. So we've decided that we're going to do something for On the Road with Sid Jones, and that's going to be, we're taking somebody on an all-expense-paid trip to On the Road with Sid Jones, whether it be a video shoot, whether it be a concert, whether it be both. And I've already talked to King Gordy and Jimmy Don about this, and they love the idea. So we're actually going to get sponsored from music artists to do things like this, where they can come in the back, they can get some video shots with them, get pictures taken, get autographs, and have the experience of being on the road with Sid Jones, which I think is extremely important, so they can see not just the work that I do, but the work that the artists do, and have a little bit of something that they can take home with them and tell their friends, look, it's not all it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a lot of fun, but it's stressful. You got to catch this flight. You got to catch this bus. You got to maybe book a lift. Maybe you got to call somebody. You know, you got your hotel fees. How far away is the hotel from the venue? Like, there's so much mapping out, and that's just what you're doing on the road, going from here to there, you know, with weeks apart. Imagine what you're having to do when you're booking in a whole tour. So there's that little bit of empathy that's gained, and a little bit more of appreciation for not just the art, but the music and the work. So well, my point to doing everything that I've been doing was, there's artists that don't get the recognition that they deserve. Jimmy Don and King Gordy's project, How to Gag a Maggot, nearly, slipped through my cracks on my end of things, on the music that I've been hearing. I didn't hear about that until Fright Fest out in Detroit, and that was Devil's Night. So for me, doing this for artists, like when I hear something like that and I think that people need to hear it, like it's not just any other artist, like it's if it's good music that even I need to hear, like I want to promote that. So it's my way of not just giving back to the artists, but to the fans who reach that plateau that we've all reached, where it's like, man, I just want to listen to that new music. I just want to listen to that new sound. I want to listen to that new band. I just want to hear something that from 5 years ago when when the Amazing Jungle Brothers came out, like I want to feel that again. And that's what I try and do for people. It's like, look, listen, if you liked that album, Hell's Pit, listen to How to Gag a Maggot. If you like this album, check out this G-Moski, you know, Filth Factory track. Like, there is that growth, and artists need to know that as much as the fans do. Because I don't want to be sitting there listening to the same 15 songs, 20 songs that I've been listening to for the past 6 years. And artists and fans alike, they don't want that either. So that's why I give back. It's not even just to like do something for me, but it's more for the artists, you know, like Jimmy Don. I did the How to Gag a Maggot, that review for others. I had no idea. Like, it's insane to me. And this is the part that really kills me, is that there's artists that they're really paying attention to what us, when we're doing the promoting, they're like, yo, like, we need to pay attention to this guy. I got the email from Jimmy Don. He says, look, listen, I want you to be there for the video shoot. We're doing a short film shoot. I want you to be there for it. You know, you promoted How to Gag a Maggot. I think it's important that you're there for this. I was like, damn, like that hit me, because that review was all the way back in October. We're now in what? It hit in July. So this is like the second, third week of June when this was going down. And I was like, I can't say no to this. Like, this is a huge honor. So it's like the artists who really care about the promoters, they'll give back tenfold. And that's something that fans need to see, that we're working together. We're in a realm right now. We're in the portion where artists are watching us when we're doing things on YouTube, when we're doing things on websites. It blows my mind that they are watching us.
If you've enjoyed this video from RoX-TV.com, make sure you follow RoX-TV on Facebook and YouTube. If it's underground, we're there.